Brodes Media.
All we hear from everyone who's there, who covers the team, when they're at their open practice, or excuse me, not the open practice, when they're at their normal practices at the NovaCare complex, Jalen Hurts, accurate again, Jalen Hurts, beautiful pass over the middle, hits his receiver in stride, leads him right out of bounds. Now you're moving the chains like it's just efficient after efficient after efficient after efficient. In years past, you would see Jalen, you'd see flashes of his ceiling, and you'd see great plays within an entire practice, but there was also some bad throws and bad decisions and probably leaving the pocket too early. Now it's success nonstop, and it's boring, and it's just let me clock in, let me clock out. I'm going to make all the plays I need to. Like, think about where we were with Carson Wentz at one point. It's like, well, the receiver had to look behind him, and it was hard because he had to turn his body. All that stuff, it's cleaned up. It's greatness. It's where the ball has to go on perfect timing all day long. And I'm not saying that Jalen Hurts is Tom Brady by any means. Tom Brady is one of one. We won't ever see that again. We'll see great quarterbacks, but it'll be different. Aaron Rodgers isn't Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers is great. There's a lot of examples of that. We won't see Tom Brady. But I wonder, when you were a Patriots fan, in the prime of his career with Bill Belichick, and it was time for camp, and it's early August, and the football juices are flowing, what did you think about winning the championship, of course, but in regards to camp? You're not studying Tom Brady throws. You're not getting any information, anything new from Tom Brady. You know he's one of the best to ever live. He's one of the best to ever lace up his cleats. Nothing is going to change your mind. It's just about them getting comfortable again under center and being focused on the season, setting the tone, sending a certain message. That's what I think I'm doing with Jalen now, and I'm processing that that's going to be the norm, right? I know this is the first real training camp of us really digesting it to, wow, Jalen Hurts is special. But I'm now preparing myself for every August that happens in my lifetime that Jalen Hurts is your starting quarterback. Hit him in stride. Get going with your offensive line, communication. Get out all the kinks, iron out all those little details that you always have issues with when you start a new season. But it's Jalen being Jalen as he gets labeled number 3 in the NFL by all of his peers. I'm not going to run with that and make it some massive thing. I think it's cool that the league recognized him, but that doesn't surprise me. Everyone with 2 eyeballs who watched last year's season knows that Jalen Hurts is capable of being a monster because he took a team to the Super Bowl and had a lead at half. The problem is, someone who was so incredible at not turning the ball over had a costly turnover. I love the fact that he handled the next series and the next drive with a beautiful sequence and answers. It's just so out of character for him. But we saw what he did. We know what Jalen Hurts is. He's an awesome QB. He's the guy who I want leading the charge. All right, so I brought up what August is about, right? What training camp is all about, and you want to set a tone, you want to set a message. And I heard an interesting debate that I would like to chime in on. Forget where I heard it, though. I don't remember, so I apologize. But it was about how obsessed the Eagles are with last year's Super Bowl. And is it too much? Can you bottle that up too much? Is there even a level that you can get to where it's unhealthy? I don't know. Jalen Hurts has the background of him walking off the field with the ceremony falling. That's what I was going to say. The confetti falling from the sky, and that burns deep inside. And this isn't the first time we'll see something that Jalen Hurts grasps everything from Alabama, everything from college. He can claim all he wants that he doesn't listen to the outside noise, rat poison. He took that from Nick Saban. They taught him and they were teaching him the typical the typical protocols. I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. The typical protocols that a QB would go through in his head when getting asked media questions. It's like, okay, give the standard, give the basic, give the cliche. They wire their brains differently, and that's all Jalen Hurts says. At the end of the day, though, you can tell how much that he remembers all those things that were said. He'll never forget about it. Can you obsess over the Super Bowl loss too much? Okay, here's an example of this. When Nick Sirianni was chewing out Jalen Hurts, and when you had some pre-snap penalties, or you didn't do something as smooth as you would like during these training camp practices, he would scream that this is going to be the reason why we don't win the Super Bowl. If we're going to make those mistakes now, and if we happen to get to the postseason, win a couple games, we're in the big bowl again. If it's happening now, it's probably going to happen again then. So we need to nip it in the bud. We need to get this thing out of here. This cannot be a part of our life. Now's the time, or else we won't win a Super Bowl. And in theory, I don't mind that, right? I want it to hurt. I want you to be in pain because you were that close and it got reached right out underneath of you and you completely busted your nose. Your face broke the fall and you should be in killer amount of awe that you're not winning the Super Bowl last year. I love that. There's many steps, though, to get to that point. And if it's we need it back. We got to get there. We need to win. We see the banner. If it's Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, we need to get back to the Super Bowl. We need to win the Super Bowl. I don't know. Can it overshadow the journey and the week by week? DeAndre Swift in the passing game gives them an element that they have not seen before. And maybe that plays a role in the new version of Jalen Hurts. And when I say the new version of Jalen Hurts, is there something to be said about Howie Roseman giving him a ton of money and they need to keep this thing in perfect condition or they don't want to run it into the ground? So instead of taking off and using your legs, if we can get DeAndre Swift in the passing game as a check down, as a late option, we couldn't with Miles Sanders. We couldn't as much as we wanted to in the whole flow of our offense. Now we can. So not only is there actually going to be plays where he's your number one option, let's see if we can expose something on the defense by utilizing him, getting him out, going in motion, however you create that. Hold on a second. Jalen's got the ball. Here's DeAndre Swift on the wheel route, wide open, 40 yards downfield. Hey, touchdown, Eagles. And then you start hearing, dum, 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 fly, Eagles, fly. Oh, calm down. We have too many weeks, I know.